would you transfer 10 million naira to someone you have not verified, or buy a commodity as land that you have not verified? The answer is no. So why do people go about buying lands that have not been verified? They have not investigated to know if the land is actually genuine, and they go ahead to pay. On this video, I'll be showing you step by step on how you can verify lands by yourself. Hi, my name is Solomon Ibuhu, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I share practical steps, practical tips in real estate to investors, both Nigerians living in diaspora and Nigerians living in Nigeria, on how to invest smartly and wisely in real estate. Now, these are the step-by-step, ways of how you can verify lands in Nigeria. Now, the first on the list is that when you get a land, or when you see a land, possibly for those that just check on the online space, and you come in contact with a property video, and after watching the video you pick interest in the video and really want to get that land. This is how you go about it. Now, first of all, you should contact the number on that video. Now, what are you contacting them for? Ask them for their registered survey plan. That's the first step. Ensure that you ask them for the registered survey plan. Now, what is a registered survey plan? The registered survey plan is a map of that plot. They're showing the actual coordinates of where the land starts and where the land ends. Now, for a registered survey of an entire estate, it shows that the entire estate has been registered. It shows that the entire estate has been registered in the Ministry of Lands and Survey. So the first thing you need to do is to ask them for their registered survey plan. Ensure that they give it to you, either a snapped copy, or you can actually see it physically and then snap it to do your investigation. Number two is that you also ask for other documents. If the land has a deed, either a deed of assignment or a deed of conveyance, ensure that you also ask them to give you. Now, ensure that you investigate the deed. You can go to the land registry, investigate the deed to be sure that it is authentic, because these days we've heard and we have seen a whole lot arising from people manipulating and trying to fake documents and all that. So ensure that even if you can't do it on your own, ensure you get a lawyer, a property lawyer, to help you do that. It will cost you a little, but ensure you employ the services of a property lawyer to help you vet that deed. If the property also has a C of O, ensure that you ask for it and also do your findings on those documents. Now, after doing your findings on those documents, the next step is visit the site for inspection. Ensure that you visit the site for inspection. Now, what are you going to do on the site for inspection, right? Number one is that you're going to match what you're seeing on ground with what you saw in the video, because a couple of times we have seen where marketers, realtors, they advertise a different location and selling another location. They market a location on the video. You are seeing a very beautiful location on the video, and then when you go for physical site inspection, what you're seeing on ground is not matching or corresponding with what you saw in the video. So ensure you go for a physical site inspection to match this up. Secondly is that I always advise investors that reach out to me that when you're coming for inspection, ensure that you come with a licensed surveyor. Now, what the surveyor will do is that the surveyor will come, look at the estate, pick the coordinates of the land, and help you do investigation in the Ministry of Lands. So that way you are very sure. Now, you are not using the surveyor of the company. You're bringing in your own surveyor. They won't even know. You don't have to tell them that you're bringing your surveyor in. Bring your surveyor, let him pick the coordinates, and then go and do an independent search on the land. Now, thirdly, while on that land, ensure that you observe very well. Ensure that you look out for pegs. There are pegs around the boundaries of the land. Ensure that there is no red, is it red tape or red clothes tied on those pegs. Now, if you visit a site and you see that, that shows you that that land is actually a committed land. That land belongs to someone else. So ensure that you're very observant, walk around the boundaries of the land, enter the land, you know, ensure that you spend a couple of minutes there observing things, looking at the land itself. So inspection is very, very important. So visit the site for inspection. Now, after visiting the site for inspection, right, the next thing you should do is confirming the seller's right to sell. Ensure that the person that is selling the land to you is the legal owner of that property, one, or has the legal right to sell, not just an impostor, but the person has the legal right to sell that land or is the the rightful owner of the land, right? So after doing that, the next thing is payment. When you're ready to pay, ensure that you ask them for their payment plan, right? To really understand what their payment plan looks like, especially if you are not paying on outright. If you want to pay using the installment payment plan, ensure that you ask them for their payment plan. Do they have a 3 month payment plan, a 6 month payment plan, or a 12 month payment plan? So that way it will help you, know how you are going to pay the amount. And secondly, ensure that you pay into the company's official account. Don't pay to anybody, don't pay to any realtor or any marketer, don't pay to any private account. Ensure that you pay to the official company's account and then get an official receipt immediately. Once your payment is confirmed, ensure that you get your receipt immediately. That receipt serves as a proof of payment that you have paid to the company, and you go home with it. Now, also, before you pay, ensure you ask them how many days is it going to take for your documents to be out. Now, when I mean document, I mean your deed, your survey plan, lodgement cert, Ask them, when am I getting my documents? So usually for me here in Delta State, I tell my clients 7 days, your documents are out. 7 days documentation. And even before the 7 days, most of those documents are out. So you can pick up your documents within 3 to 7 working days. So ensure you ask these questions so that you don't, your documents get to you on time. And also, after receiving your documents, ensure that you are allocated, your own portion of the land you bought. Because we have seen it in the industry where, a customer is giving documents and then the customer has to stay for months, without even seeing his own portion of land. It has happened. So one of the questions you also ask is that, is this land on instant allocation? If it's not on instant allocation, how many days will it take me to get my land? Some will say 90 days, some will say, 1 month, but ensure that you get your land, you get your allocation. And immediately you get your allocation, please start developing. Start developing. You can do, a corner demarcation, or you can do a dwarf fence around your land, showing that someone is there. So if you follow through these steps, I'm very certain that you will not make mistakes in the acquisition of a land. And if you're watching me, you need a professional guidance on how to buy a land, especially in Asaba, Delta State. Ensure that you reach out to me on the number showing on your screen. I'll guide you in making the right investments in the right location and at the right time. See you in the next video. Bye for now.